And we are back. This is the third part of our photo editing project in Adobe Photoshop. Let us create a new layer, this time for our beard. We want to adjust it just a little bit. As you can see, it's not really symmetrical. Now we can add some nice little details. Make sure that you paint on your beard layer, so have it activated, then use the spot healing tool. And you can see that we can get rid of these red spots beneath the beard. But if we want to work on more details, we need the healing brush tool, so hold Alt to create a reference point, just like we did in our first two editing videos with the skin and beneath the eyes. And make sure to always change the source point, otherwise it looks unnatural. Now let us take care of the mustache right here, and it's the same process. I'll hold Alt to create different reference points, and for each reference point I fill up the empty spots. And that already looks good. Or we can even fill up these spaces right here. And on top, and now he has a full mustache. Let us compare the results with the original by turning the visibility on and off, and you can see the difference. Let us go over some more of these red spots beneath the beard. And again, we can use the spot healing brush tool. But every time we want to add certain details, it's better to use the healing brush tool and create these reference points. Alright, the model has its mouth closed. Normally we would edit the teeth as well. With a closed mouth, that's not necessary here, but we can increase results with the lips a little bit. Let us create a new layer called lips. Make sure that you've got the image active, then use the quick selection tool and select the lips. This is just our first selection, and we will refine that using the lasso tool. Make sure you've got add to selection activated when you do so. And this will add selections just like this, and when you hold Alt, this minus sign appears beneath the lasso icon. And you can subtract parts of the selection just like this. I zoom in, holding Alt, using the mouse wheel. And I work on these little details. That looks fine. And now I'll add a layer mask to our lips layer. And it will only make our selection visible. Let me hold Alt and click on the layer mask, and you can see what we've got here. So it's only this little part, and I will increase the feathering over here in the properties. If you can't see the window, go to window and click on properties, and the menu will open. Alright, we've got it selected. One method to work on the lips is to use the brush tool now on our layer. Now we can use different colors, make it black, make it white. and play around with the opacity of the brush and later on the opacity of the layer. Make sure that you don't paint on the layer mask but on the layer itself. So this is one way to add effects to the lips. I don't like this method. I much more like to use adjustment layers, so let me go back using the history up here. And now I'll simply open an adjustment layer, hue saturation. Then I click on the layer mask of the lips layer, I hold Alt and drag the layer mask on top of the adjustment layer and I replace the layer mask. And now I can directly play around with the lightness, the saturation and the hue up here. And I want to increase the saturation a little bit. You can see what happens when I overdo it. You can add effects with the hue when you've got a female with a certain lipstick color. You can even colorize that, but for male models it's fine, just keep the hue at 0. In this case a little bit of saturation works fine. Here's the comparison original to our adjustment. So we don't need the lips layer anymore, I'll delete that and I'll rename our adjustment layer to lips. And this is everything I wanted to show you in this third part of our photo editing series using Adobe Photoshop. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.